What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm gonna make something super easy, given the fact that we're all in a very challenging time right now. Maybe you have these ingredients in your fridge or pantry and you don't know what to do with it. Well, that's my job. It's to be able to provide easy recipes for you guys to make at home, even if you have no idea what you're doing in the kitchen. So with that said, let's get on with the recipe.
Like I said, you could use any potatoes you want. I'm using little round Yukon Golds, but if you got some russets or some red skin potatoes, it's easy and it'll follow the exact same procedure. So the first thing I'm doing is cutting these in as equal size as possible. The reason I do it in equal size is because when we cook these, we want them to cook evenly. If we had bigger potatoes and smaller potatoes, they would cook unevenly and then you would get raw potatoes, and no one wants that. This next step is somewhat overlooked. If you're boiling anything, pasta, potatoes, whatever, you always want to season the water. So add a generous amount of salt to the water and bring it to a boil. Now once these bad boys have boiled for about 10 minutes, extract them from the water and add them to a tray. I'm using an air fryer, and if you're using an air fryer, which by the way I recommend, put them in a basket and cook them at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Now when you take these potatoes out, they're going to be somewhat dry and fully cooked, and I like adding a little bit of olive oil to the potatoes because then when we add our seasoning, everything is going to stick. Now speaking of seasoning, my recommendation is using garlic powder, paprika, and obviously some salt and pepper. Toss it all together, and the residual heat from the potatoes is going to make all that seasoning soak up into the spuds and really get super flavorful. Then, once everything's combined, hit it with some greens. I'm using parsley, but you could use dill, chives, really whatever. Alright, well if you know me, you know that I never skip egg day, and breakfast is always the most important meal of the day. Therefore, we're gonna make some cheesy, soft scrambled eggs. Here's a little trick for you. If you're using one hand to crack these eggs and you're somewhat of a pro like me, you sometimes get a little piece of shell inside the egg. The easiest way to get that shell out is not using your fingers, it's using the shell to actually extract that little piece. Now, whisk up these eggs until they're frothy and kind of one consistency, and now I'm gonna add some shredded cheese. This shredded cheese mixture is a mixture of 3 different types of cheeses, but again, whatever cheese you have on hand will work. Add a bit of butter to a frying pan on medium heat. The key here, guys, is to not burn the butter or burn the eggs, so don't go higher than medium. Now, you want to know the trick to making soft scrambled eggs, in my experience, is continuously stirring the eggs. If you leave the eggs on the frying pan, the bottom's gonna cook, it's gonna cook the eggs, it's gonna crisp the eggs, and yeah, that'll be delicious, but that's not soft scrambled eggs. Push the soft scrambled eggs to one side of the pan and then using a little bit of elbow grease, flip them real quick, cook the opposite side for like seconds, and then take them off and put them on a plate. The faster you consume these eggs, the softer they're going to be. The thing is the residual heat with the eggs and the cheese is going to continue to cook them a little bit, and they'll still be delicious, they'll still be soft, but they won't be as soft as if you ate them right away. Now I know I'm not revolutionizing breakfast or revolutionizing soft scrambled eggs and breakfast potatoes, but maybe you needed a little guide, a little push, a little kick in the butt to deliciousness. Again, we're all going through a very trying time right now, and I'm trying to provide food for you guys to make with whatever you have laying around. It just so happens that eggs and potatoes with a little bit of cheese is something common, found in almost every household.
Whoa. Cheesy, soft scrambled eggs with paprika and garlic powder breakfast potatoes. I've been making this for a very long time, and some of you guys have been asking me for the recipe, so here it is. All you gotta do is check out the link in the description, and all of this deliciousness on this plate can be yours. But what does me saying it's delicious mean to you if you can't try it at home? I don't know, there's something about paprika and garlic powder that just is such a good combination, especially on something starchy like a potato. Okay, so what do you get when you boil the potato first, then you roast it? Well, that's a really good question. You get a super soft inside of the potato, but a crispy exterior. So when you crunch into the exterior of the potato, you're met with almost like a creamy mashed potato consistency. And if you've already tried paprika and garlic powder as a flavor combination, then you know it's incredible. But if you haven't, maybe you're willing to go a little further. Growing up, I didn't like soft scrambled eggs. But then after eating it for so long, I became in love with it. Maybe you're willing to take that chance right now. You know, a lot of times food is kind of like it's a mental game, you know? Maybe you've had soft scrambled eggs before, but it wasn't made with cheese, and your brain kind of got freaked out by that, thinking, I can't eat undercooked eggs. Because personally, it's the only way I make scrambled eggs. You guys want to make this recipe at home, check out the link in the description down below. It's posted on RecipeChampions.com, which is my recipe website that I like to update at least once a week. Hope you're all staying safe out there, staying inside, washing your hands, and most importantly, staying healthy. I got the rest of this to eat because no waste. Bye. That's so good.
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to become a recipe champion in your own home, head over to RecipeChampions.com for all my published recipes. You can learn how to make crazy things like Fruity Pebbles cheesecakes or even an Eggs Benedict burrito. Go check it out and learn how to turn yourself into a recipe champion.